doing today? Are you good? Oh dear, what an adventure I've been having already. Today, it's been crazy. Now, yesterday, we had a massive storm here, and big wind, and it smashed our den, destroyed it. The wind got hold of the roof, and it's blown it all everywhere. So it's a great big mess, and it's too windy at the moment where we usually go. So I've gone somewhere new today, somewhere that's a little bit sheltered. So all the trees around us are breaking up the weather a little bit, breaking up the wind. So my hat is not getting blown off. I'm not leaning like this against the wind because it's been so strong. There's been massive waves. I went to the coast yesterday and there was huge waves everywhere. And hopefully I'm going to do a Wildkids adventure down at the seaside, just to show you what gets blown up onto the bit and washed up onto the beaches, just to show you everything there, because not everybody can get to a beach at the moment.
Oscar's been waiting for you. He says hi.
Oscar, thanks for waiting, mate. Thanks for being patient. How are you? Are you good? How's your holidays? They all right? Yeah. Fantastic, mate. Got some exciting things for you today. We're going to make something today. And I thought we could make something today about all this weather we've been having, all this wind. But there's still things to show you, because now that we're really in the deep winter now, there's lots of different things going on, and there's lots of flowers about. And there's this amazing little red flower. I'm going to try and find some. I think there's some over here. Come with me, and I'm going to show you it. Oh. So I'm being careful minding my step. Look at this guy here. It's going to show you this. How tough is this flower? It's growing all the way under the rocks here. I don't know how the seeds got in there, but it's still doing its job. It's still growing, and it's leaning out really far so it can get some sunshine. So it's come up. Look, it's had to deal with a great big roof, all this rock. And it's going out, and now it's got proper sunlight, and now it's starting to point up. That's how clever these plants are. They're all starting to point up. And there's a baby little eucalyptus tree there, and it looks like it's been eaten a lot. Look at all these munch marks. I wonder if that was a caterpillar. It probably was. Okay, now.
Plants are very clever, aren't they?
Plants clever, keep telling you. Now look how clever this tree's been. It's been really struggling to grow, but now it's really stable. So it's got, look, I can even, look. I can get underneath it. I can climb underneath the tree. Isn't that great? So, we've got all these beautiful flowers. I don't know the names of these, but again, it's quite a sparky one. It's like a little, it might be tea tree or broom. And tiny little flowers here. They've not come out yet. See the little buds? Ready to explode. Ready to give out that beautiful little bit of nectar. And so all the little bees and the other pollinators can fly in there, get a little bit to drink from the nectar, and then pollinate all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of flowers just on this one bush. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so we're going through here. Look at this open space here. Isn't it beautiful? This would be brilliant for exploring. So down here, we've got this old tree. Now this tree is a brilliant perch for birds like cockatoos and other parrots to actually survey all around in the canopy. And then in here, we might see if there's any bugs or anything like that. But because it's been so stormy, there's lots of things that are hiding away. Look, oh, look at that spider's web there. Oh, it just fell off. I'm sorry, Mr. Spider. Is there anything else in here? Being very careful. Now, this tree's died, so it's okay pulling off the bark, because that's what would happen anyway. Oh, look at there, look. Look at all these little maggots here, look. Look, they're not maggots. No, not. These are termites. Now, termites have actually probably, these guys here, are the reason why. I'll show you here, look. These are the reason that this tree has probably died. Now they're eating eggs. Look, they've got the eggs. They're holding up the eggs. I'm going to put them back because this is the nest. Let's put that back over there to protect them. Now, I have disturbed that, and that's not great. But the clever thing about termites is that they actually use mud and bits of chewed wood to actually make a roof over their heads, and then they can travel along it inside it. They make their own tunnels. They're very clever. Okay, let's go this way. Now, here it is. Here, look, it's the she oak. Now, you know how much I like the old she oaks. They're lovely. You see these all around in the marshy areas, but look at, there's the flowers. So these little flowers here are going to turn into these seed pods. Aren't they great? They're like little anemones you find in a rock pool in the ocean, on the seashore, aren't they? Can't speak today. Maybe I've had too much coffee. Probably. Bit twitchy. Now, okay, so that's really exciting. And then over here, we've got this beautiful Banksia. Now these flowers have been going for ages and ages and ages, and they're starting to turn. They've done their job now. They've been here a while. And these are beautiful. I love these. They're so beautiful. And then they're going to start to change. See these guys here? They've done their job. They've pollinated everything. And then what happens is some of the seed pods in here, see all these things here? They're seed pods. And then they turn into here, and there's seeds in here. And when they're ready, they pop open, and the seeds can fall on the floor, and then they can grow a new tree. But hopefully they get blown away a little bit further, because you don't want them growing too close, otherwise they get too cluttered up. Now just taking off here, look, down here, look at this guy. Just by taking off a little bit of the protective covering of, there we go, look, little centipede there. See him? Look at this guy, he's very still, he's being very careful, making sure he doesn't get hurt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put him back so he doesn't get hurt anymore. There you go, just put a roof over your head, keep him protected because he doesn't want to get eaten. There's so many things here, just by like taking off a little bit of the surface of the ground we're on. See underneath, it's all damp. See, all this is dry, and the bugs don't like it dry. They like it a little bit damp as well because they don't want their skin to dry out, because they don't have oily skin like we do. So if you just scrape a tiny bit off the top, you can see all the dampness there, see all the moisture, and there's loads of little bugs bouncing around in here looking for something to eat, usually vegetarian. They're eating all these broken bits up, all this stuff here, look. So it's all bits of broken seeds and flowers and wood and sand and dirt, and they get their nutrients from that. Very clever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover this back up now because they don't want to be disturbed. They don't want to be disturbed, do they? Okay, and I've shown you the bugs before as well. I'm going to show you something new. Hoi! Ta-da! Right, now walking along here in the sandy bits, if you look down, because I know sometimes you know you're a bit closer to the ground than I am, mostly you guys, but on the ground you can see little markings here, look. And some of these are little paw prints. Some of these are footprints. There's a footprint. And you can do it like this, watch. See? There's my footprint for my shoe. But animals are doing paw prints too. There's a little animal with their print there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tiny little one there. It's probably a rabbit. Could have been a rabbit. Could have been an echidna. Could be a wallaby, because there's wallabies around here. I'd love to show you a wallaby. And maybe we'll see one day. Who knows? But I might have to make a special hide. Remember from last week when I was talking about hides? And you hide in them. Not playing hide and seek, because wallabies are rubbish at hide and seek, because they just bounce everywhere and you can spot them. Now, we're going out onto the edge because it's so beautiful and there's such a beautiful view, and I love it up. Oh look, see? There's a Boronia. Remember those beautiful pink flowers? You know, the beautiful pink ones? So these are down here. This is a Boronia. And these are the buds. They're just getting ready to come out. He's not ready yet. The flowers are being made in here and they're developing. The petals are developing in here, which are pretty awesome. Now, let's keep going. So even like, you don't have to walk very far to see a beautiful old Banksia here. And then down here you've got these really old lichens. Lots of different kinds of lichens, look. And these are mosses down here. And they hold moisture in, which is brilliant for all the plants that are growing around it. Okay, now, let's keep walking. Oh look, up here. Here's interesting. Have you ever seen these before? If you look up, look at that great big lumpy thing up there. Do you see that? So that thing there, remember those little bugs, those termites that we saw in the bark? Yeah? Well, they can also live high up in the trees. And that's them living up there. So with those, they're nice and protected from predators off of the ground because echidnas can't climb trees. So sometimes you see a big mound on the ground, like a big dome. Oh, look! I'm jumping all over the place, aren't I? But I've just got to show you something that's really exciting. Because you know I said about wallabies live here, yeah? Now, they're very shy and they go into the bush quite deep because lots of people kind of walk their dogs around here, but they keep themselves to themselves. But in the evenings and at night, they come up into this place and look for food. And the reason I can tell that wallabies have been here, because here, look, it's not great, but that is wallaby poo. So there's lots of different ways of being able to find out what lives in your local environment. You can obviously look at the flowers, and you can look at the trees, and you can look at the insects that go to those flowers and go to those plants and trees, and you can see the birds that are flying around. But sometimes you can find out what animals are living around just by their poo. And this is what wallaby poo looks like. And again, it's doing a job because these plants, when this gets washed in by the rain into the soil, it's going to go that way and it's going to go into the roots and actually feed all these plants. So animals pooing around here is actually really good for all the trees and the plants and the bugs, because the flies will go onto this and they'll eat that, or bits of that, which is but flies and other insects will get goodness out of the poo as well. I know. But they're good at cleaning everything up. They're really important, a part of nature. All the bugs are a really important part of nature to keep the whole ecosystem going. Okay, now, so let's keep going this way. See what else we can find. Now look, there's some seed pods that have fallen on the floor, and these have come from from up in the gum tree here. And these are the seed pods, and they've had lots of tiny little seeds in there, and they've all fallen on the floor and all sprinkled around here. Some would have been eaten by birds, and some of these would have just been broken off in the strong wind. So we just go down here. Okay. Oh look! Here we are. There's a Boronia. Isn't that beautiful? I love those flowers. They're so sweet. And down here, we've got some more Boronias and a bee. There's a bee buzzing around. He's looking for something to eat. There he goes, look, on the flower. There he is, buzzing around. Oh, he's off. He doesn't want to be disturbed, but look, there's a honeybee. And he is down here. Look at him, there he is. He's going around and looking and checking all the flowers to see if they've got any nectar in them. Look, and he's found one. He's found them, one's got some nectar in there. And he's going to have a little drink, and he has to put his nose all the way down the bottom, and you can see he's actually wiping his face because of all the pollen. You see that? Oh, there he goes, he's off again.
scare them off.
But that's cool. He's doing, see, that's what they do. That's what all these flowers are for, is to help the bees. And then down here, look at this. Found a feather. Now, that's a cockatoo feather because it's so white and beautiful. But not all feathers are for flying. And you look at this, it's very different. It's not long like a flying feather. Hopefully we'll find a flying feather as well. There's actually 2 feathers here. Now, look at all this fluffy stuff here. Now, these feathers are there to keep the bird warm. So the fluffier the feather like these ones, they trap air inside, and the warmth of the body gets trapped in all these beautiful light little feathers. I'll give you another lesson on feathers one day as well. And those that are close to the body, on like this, and the outside ones keep the rain off, and the inside ones keep the heat in, so they keep them warm in winter. Isn't that great? I'm going to keep those. Awesome. Now, oh, we've found so much already. Oh, look. Talking of flying feathers, look. Here's one. Here. So, feathers actually fall out like hair, hair and stuff like that. When you comb it, you get some hair on your brush, don't you? So feathers fall out as well when they start to get a bit old and they get a few holes in them, like this one. But this is actually a flying feather. This would be on the wings. And these would be on the body. So very different, but both feathers. Isn't that cool? Oh, no, it's amazing. Okay, now, come over here. I want to show you this beautiful view. Oh, look, there's some more of this broom. Look, these flowers. They're not come out yet. This one's ready to explode like fireworks. It's going to be absolutely beautiful when it comes out, but it's not ready yet. Be a couple of weeks and that'll be coming out. I'm coming out. Da, 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 da. Don't give up your day job, eh? Thanks. Okay, so over here, I thought I'd show you some things because we're quite exposed here to the wind and the weather, and I thought I could show you something because I made some special machines that can show you how to detect what way the wind's blowing from and how much rain we've been having lately. So I'm just going to put these in my adventure bag. They go nicely in there. Put there. Now, we've had a lot of rain lately, and I made a rain measurer. Super easy. All this is a washing up bottle. Okay, and I cut the top off to make a funnel, and you stick it on top like that, and that catches all the rain, because if you just did that, that's too small a hole, isn't it? It's too small. So you put that in there, and then I've put lines on the side like this to see how much rain we've had, and then I've also put lines on a stick, and this is my dipping stick, so I can put that in there and see how many how much rain it's falling. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of rain, because we've had a big storm over the last 3 or 4 days up in Sydney. Hi all you guys down in Victoria, hope you're doing well. Hello you Melbourne lot, you alright? Wild kids in Melbourne, you okay? Yeah? Oh, and I've got to say hello to George. Hello Georgie, how are you mate? You alright? Another wild kid. Great to see ya. Now, so all you do is put lines on a stick, put it into the water, and that shows you I've got 1, 2, 3, that much rain. We've had that much rain over the last few days, because when it rains over here, and it is winter, so it's supposed to rain. Whoops, Twitter. Oh no! Oh my goodness! What a mess! So, look at that. And our rubbish. Anyway,
sometimes.
So, the other thing I'm going to show you is to find out what way the wind is blowing. So, again, got another washing up bottle with my Wildkids sticker. You can decorate these however you like. I put my Wildkids badge on there because I just thought I would make it look fun. And then you can turn it into a musical machine. Shakers are wicked. And then you can get some stones, put the stones inside, because it needs to be a little bit heavy. like this, so it doesn't, it's not going to fall over. That's what we need. We don't want it to fall over. And then what we did, or what I did, or what you can do, is I've got some straws here, and I've got some paper ones, and I am going to put them around my weather vane, because they're called weather vanes. Okay, so let's get the sticks here. 1 and 2. Okay, so I've made a hole in the front and the back. I'm going to feed the straw through like that. Okay, and then I'm going to get another stick, straw, whatever you want to use, whatever you find. You can do it with sticks you find in the garden, which is a really good way of doing it, because then you're not, but these are paper ones and they were used the other day, so I'm going to make a cross like this. Okay, looks good. So next we're going to use some letters that I've made to show which way the wind is blowing. Now, who knows about directions? Because there's lots of different directions. We can go forwards, back, left and right. But in the big areas like this, we've used something called a compass. And it's got, see that N, E, S and W, N, E, S, W. North, south, east and west. And you see that little bit of green there? That is magic, because it always points north. So that way is north. See, I can turn it over here and it still points north. There we go. Right, so because we know that N is north, you can make an N or an N, and then you can put the N on one of your straws, north, and then the opposite of north is south. So you put south. Oops, let's put this down here a second. You could do this at home while you're on holidays. You can get grown-ups to help you if you want. Grown-ups. And then we have east, so it's north, east, south and west. So we're going to put the east here. East. And then finally we have a W for west. Okay, so there's your bait, and it's quite easy to do, guys. You don't have to even stick them through if you don't want to. So we've got north, south, east, west. Okay, now the compass is pointing which way? Which way is the compass pointing? Starts with a N and ends in orth. That's right, yeah, you're so clever. North. So our weather vane, N for north. So that's going to be pointing that way. Now, how do we show which way the wind is blowing? Well, we can make a spinny, roundy, windy, blowy thing from the lid. Now again, this is really easy, guys. You get a little nail and you bang it in the top. But make sure you put a little bit of a spacer of a straw in the top so it spins. See that? And that is going to show you which way the wind blows. Now, I like to use an arrow and a tail. You need a tail as well. So, we put the pointy bit that way, and then a tail this way, like that. And then all you do is put that, screw that on top. There you go. And it's pointing in the direction the way the wind's blowing. And that's what it's for. That's what a weather vane's for. So, what you do then, let's make it a little bit neater. You can take this to somewhere that's a bit exposed. You could put it on a roof if you've got a ladder. Now remember, you've got to remember where north is. So let's have a look at the compass again. See down here? Let's spin it to north. There we go. Oh. Yep. There we go. North is that way, where the little dial's pointing. So what we do is spin our north to that way, and then wait for the wind. And there's no there's no wind. Oh, it's having a rest. There we go. Look. Oh, look. The wind is coming from the south, and if you look up, you can see the trees are bending towards us. There we go. There's some wind. See it spin? There you go. And there is a brilliant weather vane, and it can show you what way the wind, where the wind's coming from. So the wind is coming from the south and west today, and that's actually right because I did check it earlier to find a good spot. So yeah, there you go. There is your weather station. So let's go back over here. So all you educators out there who were, we were talking the other day about who was trying to find out some things about weather. So here's two really good ones. But a little bit of advice, maybe, maybe get some tape and tape up your funnel. Or, if you wanted to, use a normal funnel and just stick it in the top. Then you won't have a looking like you've wet yourself device, which I've created as well. So it's two jobs in one. But yeah, it's as simple as a stick with some markings on it and some little lines through here to show how much rain you've got. And then this one, show point it north to see if it will. There we are. All those blowing a bit westerly now. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that great? So there we go. There's two really simple things you can do at home to find out what way the weather's blowing, what way the weather's blowing, what way the wind's blowing, what way the where the weather is coming from, and how much rain we're actually having at the moment. So, have fun making those. Now, I'm going to go home now and change my trousers. What a wreck. But thank you again for so much for watching. It's been a real pleasure. As always, we found some great stuff. We found those feathers. We've done two sorts of feathers, which is brilliant. And we've seen the she oak flowers and the beronias again. And it's terrific. There's so much to see. All you got to do is just get out, use your eyes, use your ears, and see what you can find. So, I know we're having a really tough time with all this COVID stuff, but we're getting to get there. And for all you educators who don't have an opportunity to see my videos at 10:30 live every Thursday, they're all on YouTube, Wildkids Australia on YouTube, and I've put them all up for you now. So all the saved videos over the last 10 weeks that we've been doing this, they're all up online for you. And again, if you have any questions or you want to have a mention or anything like that, drop me a line on my Wildkids Australia Facebook page, or also drop me a message on wildkidsaustralia@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can and help you with any questions you might have. So, until next time, I'm going to leave those there, and I'm going to actually do some measuring. I'm going to put that on there. Whoopsie. And see what way the wind is blowing later on. So I'm going to leave that. Make sure I point it north. There we are. And see how much more wet I can get with my rain checking device. Until next time, I'll see you really soon. Take care, everybody. Bye. See ya.